guys have no idea what a great weekend we have ahead of us.
Cheers!
This place is perfect.
We came here for a show, man.
No light to mirror.
So before this weekend's over, it better be fireworks. You understand me?
No detail to mirror.
You like it?
I'm gonna be real with you on this interview, because I mean that's what we do on BLACKTREE.
Always.
In this character, you kind of play more white. I mean,
well, you know what? It's funny. That's a slippery slope to go down in terms of dividing people racially, and I gotta watch myself. But yeah, he doesn't. He's not as urban a character as you're sometimes often used to seeing me play. But would you say Frank Jr. in Ozark was more white?
Nah, he was more like, he still had a little bit more. He was whiter than Tommy, but he was still like more connected. It felt like
all white people are whiter than Tommy almost.
Yeah, you got a point.
Yeah, but Tommy grew up in the hood. Tommy grew up with black people from inception. So that's a different type of character to play altogether. So I think you'd have to define what's more white about the character to me.
I mean, you North Chicago.
Yeah, that's
You're
true.
not like Inglewood, South suburbs.
Nope.
So like just growing up, like you feel like you like Chicago Cubs side of life.
Yeah, yo, man.
But you play like so many different, you embody so many different characters. It's amazing that you as an actor, and as you as a person with Black Fox and everything you do with your, is it Black Fox that you do with your brother?
Black Fox.
Yeah.
Hey, Deon, can you come here real quick?
It's amazing.
So I would like to, this is a very difficult question for me to answer. So he was telling me that Ram is more white than I'm used to playing. So I asked him to describe what's more white about the character, because it's a slippery slope to go down, describing somebody as more white or more black, because that's the color of skin, rather than somebody, sometimes they say maybe there's a white affectation on how somebody talks. I hate when I hear people say you sound more white because you sound more intelligent or you use bigger words. So
I don't think that was it. I think I guess like culturally, your character as Ram was less hood, less urban.
Less hood.
Less hood. He was less hood. He was more like, you know,
still with a black woman though.
Still with a black woman.
Still with black friends.
and people will always still love Joseph Sikora.
That's
so,
true.
I mean, like it wasn't like a slight, but like in that space.
But I do understand what you're saying. But this is so funny, man, because most recently I was just on the phone with someone talking about the film, and they said, wow, we just watched Joseph play against type. And I was like, what do you mean? Same thing. And I said, what do you mean? And they was like, no, I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying it was cool to see.
I think the fans makes us appreciate everything about him more. Like, oh yeah, he can play that, but he can play this, and he can play all of it.
What level of actor you're dealing with?
Yeah.
See, people forget Joseph Sikora is an actor first, right? And then he's Tommy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Tommy is a character, which I think is really
He knows
good.
I know all about, because I caught out a song from the '98.
That's true.
So I was saying all out of love, but it was just like
yeah. And I took it out of love, but I had to call in the big guns for backup.
Yeah.
And I had to make sure that I got clarification.
Yeah, but it's just like, how do you dip into all of these different elements of life and culture and character and pull it off authentically? Like, that's you. Like, when people see you as Tommy, that's you. They feel like they see you on the street, Joseph Sikora, you're Tommy. But they see you as this character as Ram, they feel like that's you.
I can answer that because you and I are not dissimilar, that we're detail-oriented guys. Yeah. You pull out facts from everywhere, and you always, that's why I'm like, I love your interviews, because you get very specific about things. And I think I get very specific, which makes things real and genuine. Because when we are passionate about something, we get down to the minutia.
Yeah,
and so that's how I think. I think I get specific. I think I pay attention.
What are you and your brother gonna do with Black Fox? What's going on with that production system?
We
you might have given Draymond.
Draymond.
Yeah.
With Black Box, we have got 5 projects in development. We're working with Michael Strahan's company, Smack, about a really exciting project that I can't wait to get even further down the line. That is all Chicago involved, but we're taking it back to the 80s. We have got, we're working on a project from Richard Wright, obviously the incredible Mississippi-born, native son, Chicago-raised novelist, that we're developing a television series with that. With the great Kendra Chapman, and we partnered with G Unit, so I can't wait to get rocking and rolling with that. And then we start season 3 of Power Book 4 Force, so I can give the fans what they want and bring Thomas Patrick Egan back to the small screen.
All right. Last question. How much fear did you have as a kid getting on the screen in a commercial with Michael Jordan? Kid from Chicago being his commercial.
I was in awe. It was like seeing Superman in real life. It was the most blown away I had ever been in my life up to that point, and one of the most blown away I've ever been in my life since. He seemed 500 feet tall. He was, this is early. I mean, this is 89, so it's like stuff is just about to like be the biggest thing in Chicago history, like right before 91. So it was like, yeah, I was blown away. So that, and my heart definitely beat fast. It was better. It was like, I guess I'm sure I just saw a Elvis movie. Austin Butler was magnificent, but I felt like that. I was like, keep it together. So all praise to the GOAT.
Thank you, Joseph, for all this honor, brother.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I'm not getting.